Hey, good
Hey,
morning, good
Calvin.
afternoon, good evening, wherever you join us from. Thank y'all so much for stopping by the live stream. Today we're going to have a special guest. He hasn't checked in yet. Martin O he's living in London right now, but he's an expat in Thailand for 5 years. Every day is Christmas in Thailand.
The land of
But before
smiles.
we get started, I want to give a shout out to the NTZ crew. If you're on here, Jeffrey Tatter, Jacob Tanjay and Michael Beecher Life. My old heads, there's Doubtful Genius, Jeffrey Tatter, retired 2019. Thank y'all so much for all your support over the years. Any new viewers and subscribers, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live stream. Also, anybody catching this on replay, thank y'all so much. The peso is 56.72. Now, Robert had 56.8, but it fluctuates. It's like that gas prices over there. At least over here in the Philippines, the gas prices stay the same for the whole day. Now, you might get up in the morning and they're changed, but it's not like over there in America where, hell, at lunchtime it might be $3 a gallon, then in dinner time it's 4. Hey, Gerald. Yeah, we wanted to get some insight. Now, this guy, he's in London at the time, well, the UK. So it's about 2:30 a.m. where he's located, Robert. So it may be a few minutes before he gets on. There's
Well,
Gertrude for
right
me.
here in Tucson, it's 6:40 here in Tucson p.m. Sun's just going down here in Arizona.
Yeah. Now, how's things coming with your trailer, Robert? You're getting it together to sell.
Boy, I'll tell you what, it's looking good and I'm making progress, and a lady told me that what you got to make sure, the kitchen and the bathroom, that's where the women, they're going to look. They want that kitchen and the bathroom spotless.
Yeah, so how many bedrooms you've got, Robert?
I got a large 14-foot by 14 bedroom closet. It's big, and then the other room's about 12 by 12. It's 2 bedroom and one large bath.
Oh,
54
okay, yeah.
it's 54 foot long, Calvin. 54 by 14.
Now, are you 100% retired, Robert?
Yeah, I retired at 56 and 4 months in April this year.
You mean 66?
66, yeah. Well,
So you don't work at all. What type of lifestyle do you live over there? Because you're just, what are you drawing? Pension and Social Security, or what are you drawing?
no, I worked. I have a nursing degree here in Arizona, but I didn't have a pension from the nursing. I worked some critical care CNA work. Also, I have a IFSDA first class firefighter certificate, and I really wanted to see the world. They said, don't give that up, man, and I did, and I wanted to see the world, and I believe it is round.
Yeah. Well, I guess it is. I believe it is too. Let me ask you, so you don't get any, you don't get Section 8 or food stamps or anything like that,
No,
do you,
no,
Robert?
no, I don't take that. In fact, the lady that I most was recently involved with, that we were divorced in 2017. The 10 years that I was with her, we didn't take any means subsistence. You're signing that affidavit of support, and I'm going to tell you guys, you sign that affidavit of support, you're on the hook for any means tested support from the government. You will pay it back.
Absolutely. And it's almost like child support or something like that, because, if you get so far behind, they're liable to take your passport and your license and all that other crazy stuff. I'm not sure, but they want their
No,
money. I've got
but to answer your
in
question,
June.
no food stamps, no nothing like that, Calvin. I'm living on $13.50 a month, and I'm managing it. Of course, that's about 70,000 pesos in the Philippines. That's how much a first-year graduating medical doctor makes over there. So I'm going to go from low class trailer park, to lower middle income in one move, and that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's some of that free. That's some of that free money that I talk about.
I got more.
Yeah,
I got more free money. I'll tell you about more free money. More free money is living in a condo next to a mega mall. I won't have insurance or a vehicle to maintain.
Yeah. Do you have insurance? You have a car now?
Yeah, I've got a large van. And
what you got?
It's a Ram van.
Yeah, is it mandatory that you have insurance in Arizona?
Oh yes, absolutely yes. There are minimum requirements. In fact, they just raised them last year, I believe, and they raised all the rates too.
Yeah, but while we're waiting on the guest, I can take any questions you guys have because, one monkey don't stop no show. That's what they say, Robert, where I come from. We got to keep the train. We got to keep the train moving, and we will. But let me ask you something, Robert. So is it expensive out there in Arizona? What's the cost of living out there?
I would think it wouldn't be any different than if you went to S&M or Landers. It's the same.
How much does a haircut cost out there?
Well, I just take the trimmer. I'm not sure.
Right. I know. I'm not asking that. I'm just saying, would you know? Is any of your friends getting haircuts out there?
Well, I'm sure it's $15-$16, but if you want to call somebody over and pay $35 and have all the attention,
Yeah. What about a bar of soap over there? What's a bar of Dove cost you?
Oh, I was looking at probably, I don't know, a 2-pack at Costco. I would probably around $8. I'm not sure exactly. I don't use that.
Wow. What do you use, Robert? Old Spice or something? What are you using?
Well, I'll go grab it. I'll show you.
Springs? What, Irish Springs or something?
Yeah.
Now, like I said, the gentleman, he's in London, somewhere in the UK. He said 25 miles north of London. So it's real early there. He may have fallen asleep. I sent him the link a couple of times because he's a talker, man. You got to talk.
Is the Axe. I use the Axe deodorant, and I use the Axe deodorant spray. And this carton here at Ross there's 3 bars of soap in here, was $3.98. And but if you went to Walmart, it would be probably $8, $9. I shop at Ross. I save money over there.
Oh, okay. Ragdown Rock says, can you explain how my Medicare Advantage plan pays $145 towards my Medicare premium? Well, every plan has a contract with Medicare to manage your Medicare, Ragdown Rock, and the whole point is designed for all these plans to compete with each other. So that's really what they call it that's one of the benefits of the particular plan that you got. That's called a return of premium plan. Now the state pays yours, Robert, right? Is that what you told me?
It's a Slim B. It's means tested, probably. Well, and if I move, that would go away.
Yeah. Well, after 6 months, it will. Once you're out of the area for 6 months, your Medicare plan will stop. But yeah, you're right. That's different. That's Medicaid. And Ragdown Rock, I don't know if you got Medicaid or not. I don't know if your plan is paying your premium, or like Robert, the state is paying your premium.
Well, yes, the state is paying my premium. and that's eligibility based on income. But also, like for instance, my metformin that I picked up today at CVS was a zero copay.
Yeah. Now that's if you're a Slim B, then you're gonna qualify for the low income subsidy too, Robert, with your drugs.
Yeah, I'll be 67 in January, Calvin.
No,
And getting
no,
back to your
no. I'm
question,
saying,
yeah,
no, I'm saying, if you qualify for Slim B, that means that you got a low income subsidy on your
yeah,
prescription. They're
right,
not
that's
paying.
right.
They're not paying the full price for that.
No, no. But getting back to your question about what am I up to here right now? Okay, they say, why are you working out? You know, what's your plan? Well, I would like to be able to carry 225-pound bags of groceries up 3 flights of stairs when I'm 80 years old. I'd like to be able to carry my suitcase when I'm 80 years old. Now, what it takes to get there to that point is where I'm at now. It's to start to make plans so I can move around, be mobile when I'm 80 years old.
Yeah. Okay. Ragdown Rock says no Medicaid cost simply extra. Yeah, they got a contract, and Medicare pays that company that you're with, Ragdown Rock, a certain amount of money every month to manage your Medicare for you. And because they can do it cheaper than the government, I believe when I left in 2018, they had to give for every dollar that they were given, I believe they had to give 85 cents back. And that's part of that, Ragdown Rock. They do that in benefits. Some plans have, does your plan have a senior fitness plan, Robert?
Yeah, it does. And my senior fitness plan is called Silver Sneakers.
Yeah, Silver Sneakers. You probably got glasses and dental work and
I have
over the counter. You get over the counter medications every month.
I can pick up whatever I need at a discount, but the main thing is that I really do depend on that discount, Calvin. That helps with the.
Absolutely. Remember, I worked on the front line for 16 years, and before all this Medicare Part D and all of that, man, people were struggling, man. They had to make a decision. Do I buy my prescriptions, or do I pay my rent or buy my groceries? And, people talk about how expensive that Part D prescription program was. But I would rather my tax dollars go there than some damn invasion of Iraq or some bullshit like that fighting in Afghanistan. And now what? We've withdrawn out of both of those places. So I think it's money well spent, as a matter of fact. Slayer says, look up Ultimate Human Podcast with Dana White. What's that all about? Hey, did y'all see the puppy that Curly's baby? I posted it on my community page, man. He's not the father, I don't think. Marilyn don't think it's the father either, because she said there's been a black dog hanging around here. I've never seen him. But don't feel sorry for Curly, because there's a lot of dogs over here that look like Curly. I believe Curly has got children, but they're just not by Shirley. But yeah, it looks like we got stood up, man. And this guy, he talked my head off yesterday. Merlin got mad at me. I'm like, what? Well, I can't stop the man from talking. Yeah, you talked to him for 2 hours, she said. I guess he had a clock going or something. Did you have your clock going? Yeah, Curly needs a private investigator. But don't feel sorry for Curly. Because he's got a bunch of kids over here right now. Curly does. Yeah, Lucky, he's doing good. He's little, man. I mean, if you him, if he fits in, imagine how small Merlin's hands are. If he fits in Merlin's hands, he's really small.
But I carry my blood type card also, Calvin, and I try to donate to the Red Cross as often as possible.
Yeah, now the Red Cross is big over here. As a matter of fact, you can sell blood over here, and a lot of people do. I think they give you, if I'm not mistaken, when I was down in Zamboanga, I was told it's 500 pesos. So that's almost $10. But they've got, I'm going to tell you something. What you're going to see, Filipinos over here, because of the struggle is real over here. They've got some hustlers, man. Okay. When you go in the store, depending on where you are, they'll have a little guy, a little woman. They'll come and they'll put a covering over your seat to keep it from getting hot in the sun, right? And then when you come out, you just tip them whatever you want to give them, 5 pesos, 10, 20. Well, Merlin asked the guy yesterday and said, about how much do you earn per day? And he, believe it or not, he said 2,000 to 3,000 pesos per day, Robert, over here. I mean, that's a lot of money. But because he's on shabu, which is methamphetamine, he can't save anything. He uses it all up, getting high every day. But that's a tremendous amount of money. That's probably more. Let's see, that would be, on a good day, it's 3,000. Let's say it's $60 a day he's earning. But he smokes it all up, shoots it all up.
This is my silver sword.
Yeah, you dirty puppy. Thanks for that super chat. He said, I'll be in San Carlos City in a month and turning 65 at the same time. I made the decision not to involve any corporation other than the USA government and keeping it simple. Is that a mistake, Cal? No, it's not. As a matter of fact, those Medicare Advantage plans have some limitations to them. And a lot of times it's a certain network of doctors and hospitals. When you only using your red, white, and blue card, you can go anywhere that accepts Medicare. So it gives you a lot more freedom. That's the reason why people buy supplements. Because believe it or not, you dirty puppy, that red, white, and blue card is pretty good damn insurance. It's pretty damn good insurance by itself. And it's improved over the years as Medicare Advantage plans have come into the picture. Now you don't pay 20% for all your preventive maintenance and all that like you used to, because all that's free now on Medicare. So now, no, it's not a mistake. It's not a mistake.
This silver sneakers card is good at multiple locations at any time. I can be a member of 3 or 4 different gyms. I don't, yeah. But I could be if I.
Now, do you have an HMO or is that a PPO, Robert?
I had an HMO. I switched it to a PPO, and now I get a portion fixed for dental. And eyeglasses. That.
But you've got a network of doctors you have to go to that will accept that card, and it limits you to where you can get covered, but not in an emergency or urgent care. But you've got a network. Let me answer this. Bacala Will said, do you think he really earns 3,000 pesos a day? Taxi drivers earn about 1,500 after paying for fees and gas. Absolutely, he does, because he's got a hustle. If you go across from Unitop, how many motorcycles be out there, honey, at any given time? 30 or 40? And he's getting 5 pesos. They're coming and going all day long. He's out there all day long. Okay. He's making a lot of money, man. He's just spending it up.
Black bar,
he's smoking it up. Okay. Hey, W Secret Success. He says, thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, Cal, the live stream date showed 1024. That's right. Because it's 1024 over here, you W Secret to Success. You've always got to translate that back to your time. But yes, it's already 1024, brother.
Yeah,
You've been drinking some of that 211 already today. Some of that old English 800, whatever y'all drinking down there in Texas. It's 1024 over here.
Hey, Calvin, this Dark Temptation it's a black bar of soap.
Yeah. John Calder says, with my 3 pensions, I earn 3,500 pesos a day. Okay. When I do my tax return, I get that back. Okay, you're earning, with your 3 pensions, you're earning 3,500 pesos a day. Now, are you a Filipino? Well, no, that would be what, about $60, right? So what are you getting? What are you getting, about 2,000 a day? I mean, 2,000 per month. John, is that what you're bringing in?
2,000 pesos is about $18.
No, it's not. Not 3,500 pesos.
Oh, 3,500.
Yeah, you're looking at about $60.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, Stephen and Ellie Adventures. That's my buddy Stephen. Has it started snowing there yet, Stephen? He says, you think they will ever accept Medicare in the Philippines? So many expats pay into the system, move over there and never use any of their benefits. Man, that's going to be a long time coming. You know, it probably won't happen in our lifetime, Stephen. But remember, if you go up by Subic Bay, Angeles City, where a lot of expats are, you know, it may change up there. Because now they said that they're taking Tracker for life and everything like that. But it would depend on a whole lot.
Can I give a shout out to Geechee Lion? Geechee Lion is your team member there that knows the most about Medicare coming to the Philippines. I think he's even spoken before Congress or sent information there. I'm not sure.
I'm sorry, he don't know any more than anybody else. Man, listen, anybody that's talking about Medicare being accepted in the Philippines is speculating. That's a speculation. Okay. And there's nothing on the books that would be worldwide news if that ever happened.
Well, I told him
I don't see it happening simply because it's too much red tape. It's too much bureaucratic red tape. And
I told him if he wants to get the person that would be in the know would be the ambassador to the Philippines from the United States.
He said, what? What'd you say?
I told him the person that he should contact that would be in the know in that network would be the ambassador to the Philippines from the United States. She would have, but they're not.
They just had like a Zoom community meeting. They'll have those every now and then, but they're not going to be able to tell you anything like that. I mean, it's just not. Yeah, I wouldn't be waiting on that. That's all I'm saying, guys. It's a whole lot more that we could be worried about. I wouldn't be worried about Medicare getting approved over here.
You know what I would be worried about? I'll tell you what I would be worried about. Getting your metabolic flexibility and staying in shape is your best plan.
Yeah, Geechee wouldn't know nothing. He says Rocky Man says you can request a Social Security system to delete Part B and they won't take out the payment. Yeah, that would be a big mistake. Let me tell you that would be a major mistake because eventually we all go back home, Rocket Man. And when you go back to the United States and you don't have Part B, you can kiss your ass goodbye because 95% of your
Well,
coverage now is Part B is outpatient. The only
let me
thing
ask
Part
you,
A is paying for is inpatient.
let me ask you this then. If you said it's 6 months and then I lose that additional help, if I was to go before the 6 months is up to Guam, visit a medical center, get a physical or whatever, would that give me another 6 months when I come back to the
No,
Philippines?
no. Well, see, I'm talking about when you're out of the service area for your Humana plan. Now, your Medicaid is different. See, that would probably run until you told them that you're no longer in the state.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. That you're no
The
longer a
additional
resident.
help
That's
goes
why
away.
if I were you, I would keep some type of residence in Arizona if I had a friend or relatives there. Okay. But remember, you can always come back and sign up for that again. You're not going to need it. But they're going to take, once you lose it, though, they're going to start taking that money out of your check.
Yeah.
And what Medicare does, they won't just take it out 1 month. They take out 3 months to get that started. So, man, your check will be looking real bad. I would talk to my social worker and say, hey, you know, I'm thinking about taking a vacation, a slow vacation to the Philippines or something. How long does my Medicaid, stay active? Or how long do I have to be gone before I lose it? You know, ask those questions. Patrick BlackRock Money says the only way the Philippines will accept Medicaid is if the U.S. accept Filipinos suing American men for child support for children in the Philippines. But see, every state, though, the U.S. government is not over Medicaid. Medicaid is state by state. Robert's Medicaid is not even any good in Kentucky.
No.
It's not even good in Kentucky.
No, it's a different program in each state.
Yeah, so, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't hang my hopes on any type of speculation about that. I would just, if I got Medicare, and like Robert said, you know, preventive maintenance, get in shape, start eating right, start taking better care of yourself. Remember, a lot of us, instead of an insurance policy, we're looking for a damn miracle is what we're looking for. We want to eat like crazy, be lazy, and then show up with all our damn arteries clogged and want our insurance plan and the government, and the doctors to perform a miracle. But I would get a policy there. I'll start asking wherever you live. I would start asking and inquiring about policies now. Don't wait till you get over here. It becomes a lot more difficult. At least you can talk to the people and get all your questions answered. When you get over here and you start buying Pacific Cross and all that, you're dealing with Filipinos for real. Yeah, Michael Onstead is like a liaison or something, you know, because I thought I was dealing with him. No, it goes to the Filipino. Next thing you know, Filipinos are contacting me, you know, about, you know, this and about that. Hey, Elliot Makata. But yeah, and remember, your insurance is good in Guam, man. It's only, what, 3.5 hours flight to Guam? Do that. I would. But anything about the Filipinos suing the U.S. about men and child support, that's not going to happen, guys. You know, they already have that. What was that act that they signed in 1982? Okay, that's the reason why so many Amerasians, they call them, are stuck over here. That there's no longer a pathway to U.S. citizenship because your father was in the military and he came over here and got the woman pregnant and all of that. It used to be automatic. It's not anymore. I forgot the act that they signed, but it was in 1982. So, you know, if you can't even get citizenship because your father, automatic citizenship because your father is American, they surely don't have anything coming talking about suing them for child support. Hey, Stylish over 60, what's going on? Yeah, I would take care of myself. That's probably one of the better ways.
Yeah. You know, if I
to
would have
do
come
that.
over there last year, I would be on insulin. This year, well, for the first time in 12 years, I'm insulin. I'm not taking insulin. I was insulin dependent for 12 years, and getting back in the gym and pumping up the guns, no more insulin.
Yeah. Well, they said that there's ways to reverse that.
Absolutely.
That
I wouldn't have believed it, but really it's the heavy lifting that got rid of the insulin sensitivity. I tried running, I tried aerobic exercise, I did everything I could lose weight, but intense heavy lifting like what you did in your workout the other day, that's what clears up the insulin dependency, where your muscles are burning the glucose.
Yeah, now, Big Dog said Geechee couldn't answer basic accounting questions. Yeah, I think he was like a corporate accountant or something, and think he had been internal, because you're right. He couldn't even answer basic tax questions when he was on my channel, but he's an accountant, so
I did get a sincere answer from him. He is concerned about the expats and Medicare over there. He's concerned about all of us.
Well, of course, if you're talking to him, have you ever spoke to him in person?
I spoke with him for about 40 minutes after the last live stream.
I mean in person. Have you ever seen him really in person?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because it'll tell you all you need to know. But he's a good guy and everything like that. But of course I'm glad that he's him being concerned about me is not going to do me any good at all. I need to be concerned about me. Gerald Stippock says, I don't think the Philippines will accept Medicaid. It's another country's nation-specific system, isn't it? Why would another sovereign state integrate a foreign bureaucratic system like that into theirs? Yeah, now, what you have to understand, with a Medicare Advantage plan, you've got worldwide coverage. You need to check your summary of benefits, but most of them have worldwide coverage in emergencies, okay, and urgent care. So if you're over here and you're involved in an emergency, you're going to pay up front, and then when you get back home, you can bill your plan. I would talk to my plan administrator and let them know, hey, I'm coming to the Philippines. If I'm involved in a emergency, will you reimburse me? More than likely they will. Now, original Medicare, it's the states, and then I think it's like the Virgin Islands, Mexico, just a few of them little countries surrounding. It's not worldwide. But Medicare Advantage plans, you do have some coverage. He said, great information on heavy lifting to reverse insulin resistance.
Well, but because that's what's called anaerobic exercise. I thought you needed aerobic exercise to clear up the insulin. They talk about diet and exercise, but really it's the anaerobic intense lifting like what you did. Just go back and watch that video that you made. Do that. If you can do half of that, you won't be taking insulin anymore. Do that for 6 months.
Yeah. See, he's right. The poor man's passport guy said heavy lifting is the best for older men. It is. It has a lot to do with that testosterone. It'll boost that testosterone.
Yeah.
Which is, which already starts to dwindle as we get older. But I've got a good level. I've got a good level of testosterone. And that's because I work out all the time.
You want a good sleep. You'll sleep good. And then during that deep sleep is when your growth hormone kicks in.
Well, absolutely. That's when testosterone is created. during
Yeah,
your
about
sleep.
4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
about 3 hours,
during your
about
sleep.
2 hours before you wake up.
A Slayer says cut all carbs and all sugars. Ice plunge 3 times a week. I literally feel 20 years old. I jump out of bed in the morning. I think I promise you something. Remember, I don't take hot showers anymore. They're not cold, but they're cool showers. And I believe I'm reaping some benefits from that. Hot
You are.
showers are not good for you every single
No,
day. And then next thing
no.
you know, you look up, you're 60 years old, you're 65 years old. It's not good for you. There are benefits to taking these cool showers. And I've gotten used
Well,
to it, man.
okay.
It's really
Well,
refreshing over here.
here's the science behind a cool shower. You've got what's called brown fat around here and around your back and neck. You take that cold water and that brown fat, that's going to activate new stem cells, and it's going to cause a stress to your body, and your body's going to react, and your body chemistry is going to change.
Now, he says, how much is your gym membership, Calvin? I paid 500 pesos to join the gym, and then it's 100 pesos every day I go. But you can just pay it all up front for the whole year, which will be 10,000 pesos, which right now it's about $175 for the whole year. So that would be less than $15 per month, which is really damn good. That's what I'm going to do for Maryland, because I'm really just throwing away money. She goes every day. So, you know, I'm going to buy her that membership.
See,
What's up?
This Medicare. Go ahead, Calvin.
What's up, TJ? He said, good morning. I got back from Japan yesterday afternoon and put in a full night on the gold-plated hamster wheel. Just waking up from the post-work nap. What we talking about? Well, I was supposed to have a special guest on here. And he talked my damn head off yesterday. And I said, hey, why don't you just come on and talk about, you know, his life in Thailand and everything. He's been there for 5 years, but now he's a no-show. So we just, you know, I'm taking your questions and everything. RLV says SM Malls will set Starlink kits for $29,000 each starting November 1st. Now, TJ said he had some problems with his Starlink. Said they took his money, but they didn't install it. I don't want that kind of problem. Gerald Stillbox said, damn, piping hot showers is all I do, and I love them. And I just bought a mega pack of Snickers at the supermarket and apple strudels today. I got work to do. Yeah. Well, you know, I wouldn't deny myself, but I try to find some type of balance, because, hell, I got some Kit Kats in there now. And by the time you learn that something's not good for you, hell, you're 60 years old. You're addicted to it and everything else. But I'm going to tell y'all something, you know, one of the reasons I really like about being over in the Philippines versus in the Western world, because I'm 100% retired over here. I don't have to go back to work. The little money that I earn will sustain me. And I think that's important, because a lot of us, you know, it's like, that's why I asked Robert, how much money was he earning and was he able to live off of it? He said $1,350. But the good thing is he owns his own trailer, and his your lot fee isn't so expensive, which would be like his rent. So that kind of saves him. But on $1,350, Robert, you qualify for a whole lot of stuff in America that, if I were you, because there's no shame in my game, that's what we pay taxes for.
Dude,
I would be getting that stuff. I'd be getting food stamps.
No, listen, my first professional job as a firefighter for the city of Billings, Montana, they paid me like around $800. I qualified for food stamps. I had two kids and working as a first-class firefighter for the city of Billings, and I qualified for food stamps. There's no shame.
Yeah, that's right. Now he says, with so many older guys moving there, do you know if testosterone therapy is an option there? I'm pretty sure it is up in Manila and Cebu and a lot of these urban cities. Remember that the healthcare is pretty good in these urban cities. See, this is the the myth about Philippine healthcare. And you know, of course, you got to have money and you got to have good insurance or good money. I'm pretty sure it is, but I would start doing it there because it would make the transition easier when
Do it
you come
right.
over here to
Yeah.
see a doctor. You already
Mm.
have everything set up, all your levels and whatever it is that they're doing over there, all your labs and all of that.
And a
You
handwritten
prepare for
prescription.
your, hold on, Robert. You prepare for your retirement there before you move
Yeah,
abroad. Don't come
absolutely.
over here or wherever you are and start all of that stuff, guys. Do it there where you are, insurance and all that kind of stuff. Get a good physical before you come over here. I would do, I mean, come on, man. We got to use some common sense. But a lot of people, we won't do it. We're in such a hurry to get here. The Philippines is not going anywhere. A little chicken head woman that you've been talking to online for 6 months, it's not going anywhere. Take care of yourself. Are you going to get over here and they're going to be leading you around? Because that diabetes don't play. You'll go blind.
If I flew out today, Calvin, if I flew out today, I have all of my handwritten prescriptions ready to go to give to a physician there or to give to a pharmacy. I've got it all right here, ready to go.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Get a physical. Is what I'm saying. Why are y'all afraid to get a physical? I don't understand it. What are you afraid that you're gonna find out? I mean, I would want some type of, you know, what is it? Some type of guide to say, what I'm, what type of help I'm in, and he's gonna give you some recommendations.
And can
But
I,
I would,
I just had something pop into my mind, and I think this might be important. I've got I got the papers, I got the prescriptions I need, but it would be a good idea to photograph each one digitally and have that safe.
yeah, because they're gonna sweat in your damn pocket over here. He said, "What do you eat, Robert?"
Uh, I'm mainly chicken, fish. I like fresh fish, the tilapia. Today I had a can of tuna. I eat a lot of eggs, a little bit of ramen, not too much rice, fruits and vegetables. You really need your glucose for good muscle activity. If you're not burning glucose, if you're not eating some fruit, you're going to be burning. It's going to convert your lean muscle. Your body's going to use whatever it can to get the action it needs. So you gotta be prepared. You got to prepare ahead of time. I would say keep a well-rounded diet. I don't think that it has to be all carbs, negative. I don't think it has to be all. You can have fat. Train your body to burn good fat. That's ketones. To burn ketosis.
Yeah, see, I was reading in Men's Health that as we get older, somebody my age, all those fancy diets, they could actually hurt us. I need a healthy balance of carbs, good fat, and protein. This is what I need. So I try my best to follow that. I'm not doing all these I'm too old for all this stuff. It's going to hurt me. It's going to hurt my testosterone levels. It's going to have a negative effect on me. When they say, when they told me, hey, stop, get off that damn treadmill. Okay. And they start talking about what it's doing to me. And, what is that? Creatine is it creating? And then that's what fights and lowers your testosterone. I got off that sucker. Now I'll be on the elliptical machine for 10 minutes a day just to loosen up before I start lifting. But I follow stuff like that. It's just simple stuff that I never knew before. And then when they tell me, I say, okay, what do they say? If you knew better, you do better. A lot of stuff I was ignorant to, man. TJ says the Philippines has been good to me, internet aside. But I think as someone that rarely spends 60 consecutive days in country anywhere, the pros of long-term living in Thailand might outweigh the cons of visa runs. Yeah, it just depends on who you are, because this guy, he said that he loves Thailand. He said, but Calvin, I'm gonna be honest with you, that clubbing, he said, gets old. And I said, man, you're preaching to the choir, because I tell guys over here that eventually the dust is going to settle. And you're gonna have to settle into some type of lifestyle in Thailand, just like you are over here. Because he was saying at one time he was spending 20,000 baht a night. And you can't, he called it indefinite fun. He said, Calvin, you can get in a cycle over here because the fun never ends, he said. He says, when people ask him, well, how much is it going to cost over there? He said, I can't tell them, because you can spend all your money, he said, because the fun never stops. And he said, you got to stop yourself. And he made a great point with that. He said it's indefinite fun. He said, I was spending 20,000 baht a night. Retired 2019 said, Calvin, I walk 12,000 steps daily. Walking has lots of benefits. It absolutely has. But we're so damn lazy. We don't even do that. Okay, Slayer says, also after you cook your rice, refrigerate it overnight, it significantly reduces the starches. Yeah, see, I'm cutting down on my rice because, over here it's automatic, but it's not good for me. Eating rice 3 times a day. I don't eat rice 3 times a day anymore, and I limit my portions because, man, you're talking about it can get dangerous dealing with that rice like that on a daily basis like that. That's one of the things where you just got to say no. See, that's when you say no, and you gotta worry. Well, it's gonna hurt her feelings. So what? I can't eat rice 3 times a day like you. It has very little nutritional value anyway.
Okay, Calvin, I want to contribute something to your audience, something that I just learned recently. It's called metabolic flexibility. Okay, metabolic flexibility. Now, what that is, it's the capacity to switch between your body burning carbs and fat. Your body has to be able to switch. Now, when that happens after about 72 hours, really, of fasting, you start to burn the fat.
Yeah, but that's some extreme stuff, man. Who can go 72 hours of fasting?
Doctor that prescribed it can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so you're going to get the benefit of the fat burning, but hell, you're going to be weak as hell, probably dehydrated, probably can't get it up. And, you got to balance the pros and cons or something like that. I'm not going 72 hours without eating. I don't give a damn. I just have to have the little extra weight on me.
That doctor from Harvard, David Sinclair, that prescribes that, he said, I can't do it.
That's what I'm saying. Jeffrey Taylor said, no one can outlast the fun in Thailand. You'll tap out. Yeah, that's what this guy was saying. So he said after a while, when he got burnt out, he settled into just a regular life over there. He was renting a house for $400 a month. He'd go to the movie theater about once a month. He finally found a girlfriend. He said, because Calvin he said, when I listened to your videos, you're telling my story. He said he had to go through like 50 women over there before he found one he could deal with, right? And because he goes to a lot of them bars over there, not nightclubs, but the bars, the go-go bars. So he was dating a lot of them women in there. And, you know, he said you can take the woman out of the bar, but you can't take the bar out of the woman. He said a lot of them will agree at first if you tell them, well, look, I'll pay, you know, whatever you were earning in the bar, I'll pay that. He said, but Calvin, what you have to understand is, he said, these women like the attention. They like working in those bars, you know, and after a while, she's going to go back to what she likes to do. But he said it took like 50 women. He said the longest, he's with this woman for 5 years, but the longest before that was 2 months. He said because they would do something that would aggravate him. And I know what he's talking about. That's what happens over here. And he said all the money, the time and effort you put into it, he said your whole relationship would be gone over something petty. Didn't I just say that on the video? It's true, man. Grumpy Dude Brian said a visa run every 36 months in the Philippines is much more preferable to me. Even now, flight from Cebu or Manila to Hong Kong has averaged just over $100 this year. Yeah, I'm just past my partying days. If I was still partying, absolutely I'd be in Thailand. But really, to be honest with you, had I not met Marilyn, which you remember, I don't really deal in this, but I'm hypothetical. You know, I don't like to talk hypothetically, okay? But I was going to go off the grid. And you can do that here, you know, because I'm still thinking about doing it. You know, I'm thinking about taking a break from YouTube and everything and just going up in the mountains or going off the beach somewhere by myself for about 2 weeks, man. And just, that's what I like about the Philippines. You can do that here. That's what I like about this. Did y'all see the video that I did the other day? I talked over it, but we were in Sapaway Island. There was nobody on that resort. That's what I like about the Philippines. Sometimes I like to get away from everybody. And in Thailand, it's just too many damn people. There was 49 million tourists. It's over. It suffers from over tourism over there. You know, and you can't deny that. When I was in Pattaya, every 5 feet I was bumping into a damn foreigner. I didn't have to learn the language because there was so many foreigners there. I was like, where's the McDonald's? There it is. There. You know, it was just something that I didn't have to worry about.
You know, that guy could have saved a lot of time and effort. Probably cut, you know, what was it, 50 women? Just by asking a simple question: have you dated a foreigner?
Yeah, but they're not going to be, if they know that that's going to make a difference. Okay, you're not going to get the right answer. Okay, remember over here they're going to tell you what you want to hear. They're going to do what you want. Everything. You know, one thing I can't seem to get through y'all's heads, and he was talking about it yesterday. He said, Calvin, sometimes he'd go over to one of his girlfriends and they'd be living in like a metal box with a concrete floor. They sitting down, eating rice and drinking cheap whiskey and happy as hell. He said they're happy because they don't have nothing. He said, and that's what it is over here. But what we do is we change these women's lives. We really corrupt them, and they're happy too for the same reason over here because they don't have anything. But once you start having stuff and you want the latest this and the latest that, it drives you crazy, man. It drives you crazy over here. And, you know, Maryland will never be the same again. And anytime a woman over here deals with us, she'll never be the same. Now, Mike Smith said you cannot find a decent woman in the bar. You have to look elsewhere. I have to take your word on that because I don't deal in bars.
I don't drink. I've never been in a bar over there.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd be too happy with you ordering a bottle of water.
Now, TJ, you know when you're talking a lot of times, man, you're half our age, and of course, the experience is going to be totally different from you. for you and the expectation and everything like that. But he says, I haven't been even a moderate clubber in almost a decade. Keep in mind, I've been at it for some extent since 20 nonstop, except in COVID. Even now, I stay next to Mango Square and haven't been anywhere. Yeah. You know, as a younger guy traveling, and I watch a lot of these young guys traveling, their whole experience is different than mine. That's why I really can't watch their videos, and that's probably why they don't watch mine. We're in two different worlds. He said, bar girls make the best wives, he says. That's what he says. You know. What's up, Brandon? T. Williams said these women are watching YouTubers too. Better believe they're up on game. But they're not up on game from the YouTube. They're up on the game from each other. They talk amongst each other, man. I'm telling you that. Okay, listen. Here's how crazy it is if you don't believe me. Remember the dreamer, right? Her and Marilyn got to the point where they're talking to each other about me. See, but y'all don't believe it. You know, let me tell you something that, you know, you're always going to be on the outside, man. It's us against them. And some guys like, okay, I don't believe that. Okay, well, you won't know until something goes wrong. Okay. Their enemy will become their friend when it comes to you. Okay, and they'll start trading information amongst each other, man. I'm telling you what I know. But y'all won't listen. So hey, come on over and bust your head. You know, they say experience is the greatest teacher. It's really not. If somebody told me, hey, before I was getting ready to mess up, hey, don't do that, I think I'm gonna listen. But when I made the video about bar girls, I'm talking about over here. You just don't know the difference. I was putting y'all on alert to vet these women a little bit more than what we do. Okay, because there's really, when you look at them side by side, you can't tell the difference. The only way you're gonna know is if you've seen the girl in the bar, and you're gonna say, "Oh, she's a bar girl." Because I see bar girls over here, they're not in the bar anymore, but they used to be in the bar. And it shocks me when Merlin says, yeah, she used to work in the bar. She used to be a bar girl. I was like, wow, I wonder if these men even know that she's dealing with. No, we don't know. But guys laughed at that video. They tried to mock it because it went over their heads. I would never tell somebody to go down to, you know, the bar and meet a girl out of there. I mean, how stupid is that?
You know,
but you just ain't gonna know the difference because what we do is we come over here, man. We don't vet them, man. We get married in 2 weeks. How would you know, Robert, if you're marrying somebody in 2 weeks? See, this is what. Okay, I'm working out yesterday. And I'm right across from the hotel because the Palau Hotel over here, which is a good hotel, if you ever come to St. Carlos City, they own the gym, the new gym. So I'm on the second floor. I'm looking out and I see this foreigner. He looks to be in his mid to late 50s, maybe early 60s. And he's with the young Filipina. She looks to be 20. She could be 25, but this is what she looked like. And, you know, I see him hurry up and come out and get in the back of the tricycle. She goes and starts talking to the driver, tell him where they're going. And I got to thinking, I was like, man, I'm starting to see this more and more. And it's probably because a lot of men are thinking, well, if I get them young, she doesn't have much of a past. It's not much of a past that I have to investigate. You know, I really don't know, but this was... I mean, I'm just seeing it more and more. I never really paid any attention to it. But now it's like everywhere now. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing men that are in the, you know, late 40s, mid to late 50s, early 60s. and they're with these really, really young girls. But remember, they're grown women, and they're consenting. They're not being kidnapped and all that. But you're seeing more and more of that. And I was just thinking, I was on the elliptical, and I was thinking, well, I guess they're with these young women because, when you deal with a woman 35, 40, you don't know what she's been into really in her past. He said, Calvin, what suggestions do you have on how to vet a woman? I would say just go around her friends and family and just stay around her. You're not going to come over here for 2 weeks and vet a woman. Okay? You're just not going to do it. It's going to take several times for you to keep coming back and forth and staying for considerable period of time, because that way anything she's had it's going to come out. Okay, Kaz, this is Kaz. This is one I was telling y'all. It sent me the link about the guy in the UK sending the Filipino hundreds of thousands of pesos over here over the last 10 years, and the family's begging him to stop. Well, I got news for the family. He's not going to stop. He says the same situation. He said, I saw the same situation the other day, except with a foreign guy with a trans. Oh, you mean a foreign guy with another guy? Yeah, these aren't trans guys. I don't even use that word, because the trans over here, they don't have they haven't had that bottom surgery. That's a man you're dealing with. And yeah.
I seem to like the options that you have in the Philippines. And when I say, does size matter? What I'm talking about, do you want someone 4'11", 88 pounds, or do you want someone, tall like Dan's girlfriend, 5'7", 5'9", 120 pounds?
Dan's girl is 6'1". She's 6'1".
Well, this is what I'm saying. Figure out what you want. Does size matter? Do you want someone that can walk on your back and give you a back massage, or do you want somebody that's going to? I don't know what you want. You better know what you want.
Black Grandpa said, Calvin, what age was the youngest you have had in the Philippines? 18. She said she was 22, and this is the reason why I tell guys it's not so much the age, it's more mature. There was no reason for me. The 6 months we dealt together, I promise you, there was no reason for me to think that she wasn't 22. She was very mature for her age, but a lot of times you'll find that when you deal with women from the province, because they start out so early doing everything, washing, cooking, watching the kids, and she was 18, but for 5 months and about 25 days, I thought she was 22. It was only on her birthday, her best friend said, yeah, we're the same age now, and I was like, well, 19. I'm like, what? And she looked at me and I looked at her, and that was it. But yeah, that's the youngest. But normally, like I said, when I was in my 40s, I was dating women over here, in their 20s, 24, 25, because that's a good match. Women here, a lot of them, they're very mature. You don't want the one, I don't care what they look like, they're immature, you don't want to deal with them, and they're going to give you a heart attack. They're going to stress you out, man. You see the girl the man was telling me, said all the girls are ashamed of being with him in public. Lady, I would have got rid of her the first damn day she told me that. I'm over here spending all my hard-earned money. I ain't got time for that. Grow up, Yeah, trans equals man. I don't call them trans. That's that stuff over in America. It's a man. Even if you've had that bottom surgery, then I guess you would be a trans, woman. But until you had that bottom surgery, you're a man, but you're still a man to me. They just dug your damn dick out and put a hole in there. I watched it on YouTube. It's not very attractive either. yeah. He says, but you can't pass up the offer of the ride. Fun with a 20 something when you're 50 or 60. You got to try the ride. Just don't buy the ride. Rent is best. Yeah, I think that's the whole point of it, girl tip hop. It's just the novelty of it, of having a young woman like that, because you can't do it over there. It's not available to you over there. Look at Floyd Mayweather. Imagine he's 46, the girl he's dealing with is 26, and he's catching hell over there in America. I'm like, this is why I left. She's a grown ass woman, Robert, 26 years old. But they're
Yeah,
talking about the
but
20-year
Calvin,
age gap.
here she says she's 26. She pulls out her driver's license, and but I'm in a world of trouble because I don't know what is legitimate identification for a girl over there. I don't know if it's a barangay pass. I don't know if it's a Filipino, some sort of form ID. I don't know what is a legitimate. Somebody should tell
Yeah,
me
well,
what
I
is a
talked
legitimate
I,
ID.
I talked to you. You asked this question before, Robert, and I told you there's no excuse now. The Philippines has a national ID. She should have one. Okay, it's free. It was free. It didn't cost us anything for Maryland or anybody that's old enough that wants to go and get one. The Philippines has a national ID now.
Do you know
If
what it's
you're
called?
not moved with that, it's
What
called
is
the
it
Field
called?
ID.
Ask her what it's called. What is it called?
It's called the Field ID. The Philippines National ID, Robert. That's what it's called. Okay, Chi-Town 38 says, I know you have good intentions, Cal, but you got to remember if a man is a sucker in the U.S., he'll be a sucker in the Philippines. You just cannot teach an old dog new tricks. But you can learn new tricks over here because the game is different over here. You're going to get opportunities over here, Chi-Town 38, that you would never get over there. You're going to get the benefit of the doubt. They don't look, a sucker over here is considered a good man over here. Because remember, just like we don't know what constitutes a good man, or a good woman or bad woman over here, they don't know a sucker from an intelligent alpha male over here. See, so yeah, no, I've seen suckers come over here and win. Remember, losers become winners and winners become legends over here. See, that's the whole video I made before. That's true, but some guys are just whipped. They get whipped. That's the problem. The Filipinos is going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You can come over here and erase the slate and start clean because nobody knows you over here. All that old crazy behavior you was doing over there, you come right over here and stop it and start all over again. But what happens is we get whipped. Just like the guy said, we start meddling. And we say, we know good and well, dealing with the 20 to 22-year-old can be a problem, but we want to do it because it's a fantasy. It's a novelty now. Okay, I've been watching all these videos. Let me try it. And a lot of times they get caught in that trap, man. They can't get out.
You gonna wait for her to finish school?
Who's that?
You pick out some 21, 22-year-old girl. She don't have time for you. She's going to school. She's got class.
Well, those are the good ones. But remember, we was just talking about this on the live stream yesterday. The young women that you see with these foreigners, they have no future. Okay, they've given up on their dreams. You can see it in their face. The foreigner is their future now. That's why she's with him. Otherwise, you come over here and you see these women who are in school, they're not going to fool with you. More than likely. You got to go through the ringer to get to them. But yeah. I tell you what. you can win over here, man, because it's totally different over here. The situation is different. What 20-year-old woman's going to give you the time of day over in America? You know, if they giving Floyd Mayweather hell, he's a, damn near billionaire. Hey, you know, what are you going to do over there? And the lady's 26. It's not like she's 16 or something. This is the reason why I left America, man. We become extremists over there. Like, leave that man alone. Yeah. Well, you're going to pay. You know, we can call it the family's retirement plan, whatever it is. But, you know, we that's the discussion that we could have every damn day. You can't get something for nothing over here. Guys want to say, well, if I'm good looking. Good looking, you can't eat good looking. I'm sorry. Yeah. You can't eat good looking. And good looking ain't gonna pay the rent. These women ain't stupid over here, man. But yeah, this guy really disappointed me, man. I mean, he talked my damn head off yesterday, and now all of a sudden he don't want to show up. But because I know that a lot of my viewers, Jeffrey Tatter, TJ, a lot of guys on here have extensive knowledge about Thailand, and I wanted them to kind of chime in with him. He said his girlfriend had him hostage. Yeah, he said I'm pretty from far, but far from pretty. He said, TJ, I'm very happy to be single. I build the life first, then they come. I've never traveled for a girl. Yeah, you're pretty you're the exception when it comes to the Philippines anyway. Because we want some of this novelty over here. Everybody wants that novelty over here, man. We just can't resist it.
You know, maybe I would want to. Maybe Calvin. Maybe I would want to be her family's retirement plan. You know, you take good care of her, she's going to take good care of you. Isn't that a good plan? Well, how can that be a bad plan if you're her family's retirement plan? They're drawing you in. You take care of the rice and buy the kids some books and get the father a little extra gas. Prices are high, you know. That unspoken agreement now.
You don't want to play that game. You can't. It's just like Jeffrey Tatter said that you can't outlast the fun over there. You can't outlast the family over here. You'll go broke. You're gonna tap out at some point if you got that attitude. Okay, no, you can't have that attitude.
Well, I believe you were saying the other day that this goes away.
Yeah, it does. That's only in the beginning. But by that time, you've got to have a concrete understanding, Robert. I mean, it's still in the background, but, you know, no real relationship is going to last on the unspoken agreement because eventually she's going to be comfortable enough with you to try to break the damn agreement. And Alec McConnell said, Calvin, what's with the in-law talk in Geechee? I don't understand. What are you talking about? He said they got fine lady boys in Thailand. I wouldn't give a damn. They're men. They're lady men in Thailand, big dog. So I was telling him last night when me and Eric, I was going to say his last name. I won't say it because he's a professor down in Miami-Dade College. Well, anyway, we were in Thailand. We were at that Century Plaza Mall, whatever it is. and we're on the second level. We're getting ready to leave, and they're having this pageant. And we just stood there and was watching. We're like, wow, some beautiful women, right? These were men. We didn't realize they were men until we're passing out, and we're right up on them. And some of them, you know, were spectacular, but you could always tell that they're men because their faces are a lot bigger. So no, I'm not with that lady boy thing, man, you know, because they're men as far as I'm concerned. You know, I'm just saying, I'm sorry. You know, I can't, you know, I can suspend my intelligence to watch a movie like, you know, Equalizer 3, and I can believe that Denzel Washington, you know, just so I can enjoy the movie. I can see that he's going to whoop these 8 tough guys in the damn office, you know, and walk out of there in, you know, 30 seconds. See, I got to suspend my intelligence, but I can't suspend my intelligence with these men with wigs and lipstick on. I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah, he's a He-Man, a Shem, you know. Yeah, they're dudes, period. I don't care how y'all try to see, that's over in America, man. When you know, they try to make you say all this stuff. There's a trans, and you know, I'm identifying this and that. No, I identify. You look like a man to me, so you probably are a man. Yeah. I don't. I'm sorry, guys. I can't suspend my intelligence like that. Farblazer 99 says Robert must have lots of money if he's willing to be the retirement plan for her family. Yeah, see, he has no idea how expensive they can get. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole, Robert.
Well, then if you want to
deep.
if you want to pay for hormone therapy on top of that.
Yeah, you don't want to go down that rabbit hole. My God, that one.
You'll be paying for breast implants and hormone therapy.
No, I mean being the retirement plan. Oh, okay. I didn't. No, I didn't see that, Alec. But it seems like Geechee's doing okay. I watched one of his last videos. He's at that. He's volunteering, but I'm saying he's walking around with the camera. Everybody else is working. Well, I guess because it's a volunteer thing, nobody's going to tell you what to do. But he showed where he's staying and all that stuff. He seems to be like he's liking it. But most of the people there seem like they're young. It's a mix of Filipinos and foreigners, and they're rebuilding a school down in Tacloban, Lady. Yeah, Groupie Du Brian said, you reap what you sow. Not every expat coming to Asia will end up being his Asawa's family retirement plan. Robert seems to be more interested spreading his notions than giving intelligent advice. Well, I tell you what, he's only been here one time, so he really doesn't understand. You know, you can't, just like it's indefinite fun in Thailand, it's indefinite funds over here. That's what you need.
Okay. That's fine.
Outlast these women.
That's fine. But let's do this, okay? How about the first time you tell her no? Then what happens?
Yeah, well, what would you tell her no about?
Well, what happened the first time you told Marilyn no?
Well, she was talking about starting a business, but she knew that wasn't going to work. No, because it's not going to work. You know, so she hasn't asked me again. See, after a while, we've been together almost 5 years. She knows what I'm going to go for and what I'm not. I don't have to say no a lot because she don't even ask anymore like that. But yeah, something about a business and all that. I'm like, no, it's not going to work. Okay, I'm going to be like the guy who said, yeah, well, I told my Filipino girlfriend I might have even been his wife, right? He said, yeah, go back to college, get a college, get a degree in business, and then we
Calvin,
can talk about it.
I
But
think
all
there
these
are a
good
bunch of
ideas,
men afraid to tell her no. Afraid to tell her no. What's going to happen?
you're gonna go broke. What do you mean you can't, it's indefinite funds you would need over here to do that. Some guys got that until they think they got it. They don't realize how quick your money will burn up over here. You really you gotta manage your money over here, man. It's not cheap over here, especially when you're taking care of a whole family. Man, that money burns up really, really quick. You go to the resort, you taking everybody to the resort. You go to the restaurant, everybody's going. You go to the grocery store, you got to buy for everybody. Okay. Lonnie says, Cal, I think Curly is the father. Usually newborns are different color, but as they age, the color might change. I hope for Curly's sake, because this dog is jet black, though. I don't know if I've ever seen that with two dogs, Curly's. Curly's
He's going
color and
to
Shirley's color.
put him on the Maury Povich show. Who is the father?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to say yes all the time. And you'll get some boundaries. She'll know what she can ask you for and what she can't. Money to, say for instance, we've got a 9-year-old over here that Halloween's coming up. She needs a Halloween costume for school. She knows I'll say yeah to that. But not too long ago, she was talking about buying a damn sugarcane field because one of her friends is doing pretty good. And I'm like, no, you don't know the whole background on that. We're not even going to get into that. No, you can do it, but it won't be with my money, because they're never going to tell you all the details. To them, a successful business might be that they're profiting, 1,000 pesos a month. That's a successful business. In some people's mind, they're 1,000 in the black. But to you, I'm not gonna. Why would you invest 100,000 to make 1,000? It don't make sense. Yeah. Now see, but this is becoming true all in the Western world. Men are really becoming soft, man. When I look at YouTube and I see the content and what these grown men are talking about, most of these channels, these big channels, man, they're just basically gossip channels. You're not learning anything. It's mostly entertainment. But, you got a lot of men on there that saying, because you got this modern man versus modern woman bullshit going on over there. So there's a war on single mothers, right? And I'm just going to tell you right out the chute. My mother was a single mother, but the fact that my father left the best woman he's ever had, his words, not mine, is no knock on my mama, okay? But the same guys, their mama is a single mama. Their daughters are single mamas. They're making single mothers, okay? Right now, they're having babies and they're leaving, but they're saying, oh, I don't want a single mother, man. Well, there's a good chance that the woman that you meet is going to have kids, so there's a war on women with children over there. And I'm saying it's so petty, man. It's so immature. I'm like, why don't y'all grow up over there? Okay, if I'm single and I don't have any children, then I could probably say, well, I don't want to date a woman with children. But hell, when you get 50, you got 50-year-old men who got 5 and 6 children who are, talking this smack, man, letting it come out of their mouths. I'm like, guys, sit down somewhere. Grow idolizing other men and all this old stuff, man. Just be a damn man. Give the difference does it make? You got 6 children, but you don't like single mothers because we don't really have do they have a word for deadbeat dads, I guess. So I guess that's our way of getting back at them. But there's a war on single mothers, man, and I don't know. I just think it's immature. And that's just me talking. I say what I say. I'm not afraid. It's just that's the hip thing to do now. I don't want a single. I don't want a woman with children. That's good if you're single and you don't have any children of your own, but your mama's a single mother, probably more than likely. He said, "Why are you wasting paper?" He said, "Please stop. Stick your chest out and say what you need to say."
Well, I asked my father, I said, how do you handle it when people come and they're asking you for help, money for this, money for that? And he said, Robert, I just tell them I'm all tapped out.
No, it's not about hate, Gerald Stippart. We're not saying that. We're not saying this isn't about hate. We're just saying we're calling a spade a spade. We're not saying it's not a woman. It's not a. They call them lady boys, which is I think it's a better description than a trans. But it's not hate. We're just stating facts. That's a man, no matter how you try to fix it up and, make it look good and all of that. It's a damn man. When you pull down the pants and there's a damn dick swinging right there, it's a man. It has nothing to do with hate. Okay, Gary Courtney says, Robert, I have a mobile home in Casa Grande, Arizona. I paid $85,000 last September, and today it's worth $160,000. Today, my mobile home is a double wide 24 by 56. Now, what actually went up? Did the mobile home go up, or did the lot go up? What's going on there, Robert?
Well, if you're parked on somebody else's land, that's going to take about 90% out of it.
So what's the scenario? Because he's not telling us a whole lot. He's just saying that he paid $85,000 for a trailer, a mobile home, and now it's basically doubled in worth. Now, did the land double? I did the mobile home double. Answer both. That, Gary.
Both. I bought this mobile home for $6,000, and it's probably worth around $20,000. So, and that's I purchased this in 2015.
Yeah. So how much value did your mobile home accrue?
Well, I bought it for $6,000, invested another $5,000, and it's worth twice that. So not bad. The MSRP original was $12,000. So with what really dictates the price now, Calvin, is because the interest rates are high and people want to just make a cash deal where they have the property taxes really low. I'm paying it went down. I'm paying less than $80 a year property tax. Yeah.
I love LaChan said my mom was too. She remarried and had 2 more children, including the LaChan lover. Yeah, I mean, back in my day, when I was growing up, man, we wasn't so, soft like that. And, a woman was a woman. She was a nice looking woman, had a lot going for her. that's basically all we really wanted. What the men growing up underneath me, I mean, the requirements now for these guys, I'm like, guys, y'all's expectations are worse than these damn women. I mean, just
You
keep it
know, Calvin,
simple, man, as far as
I
I'm
would I
concerned.
would be there. I would be there already, but they're widening out the road out front here, and they're putting in a new fence and a new driveway. And I really need to stick around until that is finished, because the value, it's going to be 25% higher when they're finished.
Yeah, he says, hell no, I've been there, did that. I have no children of my own, not being a stepdaddy again. Yeah. Well, see, if you don't have any children of your own, I can see that. But a lot of the men who are coming over here, we're older. We've got families. We got children, whether they're grown or not. And you're going to say, well, I don't want a woman with children. And it's like a woman with children is less than. Well, where'd you get that idea? How did you go from your being raised by a single mother, which you probably had a stepfather somewhere? Because are women really single? Are they really single mothers? There's always a stepdaddy or some man in the picture. These women aren't celibate and without nobody, period. Okay, but I'm just saying, how do you go from that, your mother being a single mother? You probably got daughters that are single mothers. And now you're saying, well,
Well, what, Calvin, are we talking about a woman that has a baby and she's breastfeeding? Or what are we talking about here?
well, we're talking about women with children. And, you know,
But
we have preferences, but I'm just saying that we're getting to be ridiculous with it. You know, I was looking through the YouTube feed, and that's basically all it is. You know, now I know that guy Corey Holcomb, and why he don't date single mothers. And I'm like, dude, you know, good and well you got kids. You know, you done made single mothers out here. But now all of a sudden you don't date, you're too good for a single mother. Like, what makes us too good? I think that's immature. I think it's petty, man. I could see if I didn't have any children. What would I look like? Okay, when I came to the Philippines, I was married for 18. I had been married for 18 years. I already had 4 children. I mean, so I'm eliminating a lot of good women based on the fact, oh, yeah, man, because she's got a child already. But, you know, that's the way we can justify anything over there. And it's the hip thing. I guess it's just a hip thing to do. Hey, Pumpkin Joe, Philippines experience. The visual quality mobile homes went up a lot in the US, like the viewers are saying. Though I've never heard of mobile homes going up in value after purchase. I've never owned one though. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out what was it? Was it the land or was it the mobile home? I mean, why would a mobile? I guess what, inflation? It's not like a home. It's a damn mobile home. What's up, Michael? Yeah, he said being a single mother shouldn't be a deal breaker. See, what guys is doing, you know, because like I said, we're so soft, we're so weak, and say, oh, I'm not going to take care of somebody else's child. When somebody took care of your ass, okay, and it's just, you know, I'm saying, how petty could that be? But remember, people have their own preference. If you don't want, but I think it's hypocritical, man. Your mammy was a damn single mother. Now all of a sudden, the single mothers aren't good enough. Women with children are under attack now. I'm like, give me a beautiful single mother. I don't care. I'm at an age now.
I can put some contrast on it. That child with that single mother that you raise may be the one bringing you your lunch later on.
Yeah, but he's saying lots of Filipino guys. Well, those are Filipino guys. What Filipino guys are you talking about? I mean, I know a lot of single mothers who are taking care of Filipino guys over here. Okay, that's not their child. Okay, but like I said, remember it's preference. But we're getting to the point where it's just getting ridiculous. Like, okay, like I'm just too good to date a woman with a child. But somebody took care of you more than likely. Your mother was not celibate. Somebody was banging her when she was coming up, with carrying you around, pushing you around. You just didn't realize it, because there's no knock on a woman. If she checks off all your boxes, but the only box is, oh, she's got a child, you're gonna pass it up for some skank that just hasn't had a baby yet.
There's another box to check, and that's called respect and appreciation. And the level of respect and appreciation you're going to get from helping a single mother is completely different than, helping a schoolgirl, finish college.
No, I'm not pushing anybody. I'm saying people have their preferences, P Money. I'm saying if you're single and you don't have children, then I don't have a problem with that. But the guys who seem to have a problem with single mothers, because that's what they call them, it is women with children, have children of their own. And they're not these spectacular, we're putting, our egos are really, really big now. We're thinking we're more than what we really are. And so we'll put these women down.
Good point, Calvin.
He says, what time and child? He said, I believe men that date or even marry single mothers because of the no-fault divorce laws that women can take everything. But I see your point, Cal. Well, any woman can do that, right? Whether she's, I think it's all about, I think the point is taking care of somebody else's child. I think that's the sticking point. Yeah, land lot play. That's what I'm thinking. He says the land of mobile communities are going up. Noble Hunt says, my father married my mom and she had 3 kids. His advice to me was, son, don't get a woman with kids. Calvin, you need to watch your mouth. What are you talking about? I don't care. Well, he married her. But that's not the point I'm saying, Noble Hunt. You need to watch your mouth. I'm a grown man. I say what I say, okay? I'm not in America. I can't be counseled, tell me to watch my mouth. Like I said, if you don't want to deal with them, don't deal with them. But don't be a hypocrite either. That's all I'm saying. A lot of you guys are hypocrites. Ain't nothing worse in my mind, in my eyes, than a damn hypocrite. You got a house full of kids. You creating single mothers. But then you're going to say, I don't want a woman with children. Okay. Well, leave them for me, because I don't care.
Listen to a voice of reason, okay? 2 of the women, I've been married 6 times. 2 of the women I was married to had children. Now, what is the reasoning point? What is the factor that weighs heavy? How is she handling those children? Find out. Are they obedient? Do they love their mother? Are they good kids? There are some rebellious children. You don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, but you can't lump all women with children in the same basket. No, just like I don't like when they lump all black men into the same basket. This is all I'm saying. There's good women out there. You can't say all women with children should be, thrown back. Especially if you got children. If you
If you finished dinner and you're taking it to the bedroom and across the hallway, and Johnny's playing his music, and you ask her, would you please tell him to shut, and she gets up and she does that, that's a good woman. She's taking care of business.
Well, like I said, I think it's just our egos. We don't want to deal with somebody else's child. Okay, and then, you know, maybe he got to come over. We don't want to deal with him or whatever it is. That's all it is. I think that's petty. But like I said, they're leaving a lot of good women out there, so that's okay. They'll look at me like, oh, you're weak. No, you're weak for thinking like that. That's how all these old millennials and all that, pretty soon, y'all going to be dating each other, because that's all y'all do is hang around with each other. You know, idolizing each other, idolizing men. I don't give a damn about little baby and, what's the guy that got killed? I mean, you see these comments, these are all men praising and idolizing these men. That, you know, I'm just getting that off the fact that the guy said men in the West are getting weak, they're getting soft. We are, period. Hey, Lloyd Forster's church. He says, hello, Cal, from London. It's 4 a.m. here. Most are sleeping. Finally, caught a live stream. I've learned much from you. You're the real deal. Well, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Maybe that's why I'm supposed to have a guest from England, but he never showed up today. I'm disappointed because he talked my head off yesterday. And I thought, well, maybe, hell, he's perfect guest to have. He had a whole lot to say. He got an interesting story. I wanted y'all to hear it. But I don't make videos and vlogs for people to agree with me. We all have our perspective. Over in America now, they don't want you to have a perspective. If you don't think like them, if you're not in the same line as everybody else, then, you know, you're cast away or something like that. You know, you can't think for yourself over that. Let's see. Well,
I went the extra. That's when you're called a stepfather. The actual name that the government gives you in that situation, you're a stepfather. Okay.
Philip Gaines says, my mother was a single mother with 5 kids from 3 fathers, but I learned how to be a man from my older brother and my uncles. I wouldn't trade her for anybody. I wouldn't, man. You know, the fact that my father left, why would that be a knock on my mother? You know, it has to do with his character or lack of character, not hers. I mean, a lot of these women are simply being victimized by some no good ass men. So instead of us having a problem with the man, we have a problem with the woman. That's all I'm saying. So that's just who I am. I just think it's weak. I think that's weak, man. I'm not gonna pass up something good like that just because, you know, she had a woman. I mean, had children. Okay, let's see.
And also, you need to realize that these extended families with these Filipinos, they've got grandparents that take care of the kids. I mean, you're not going to be. They got parents. Some of the parents have children the same age as the kids with the girl that you're interested. There's a lot of help. You get a lot of extra help that you don't get here in the West.
Okay, the business park. That's what he's talking about. Yeah, which is good. I would rather be that at the Ayala Mall in the business park than the Ayala Mall in IT Park. Because when you come to Cebu, It's a difference, guys. If you tell the guy to take you to Ayala Mall, just tell him to take you to the activity zone or the one in Business Park, in the Cebu Business Park. Because if not, they're more likely going to take you over there to the one in IT Park. And it's a big difference. Sam W said it's all holding some ladies. Well, I'm glad you said some ladies accountable. And also I just don't want to raise someone else's children. It's ultimately a thankless job. My preference is a woman with no children. Okay. Now, do you have children, Sam? And that's all I'm saying. Do you have children? I don't want to be lumped in with all black men because some of us are low down ornery bastards. And I've been lumped in long enough with all black men. Okay. So that's why I've got a feather up my butt about that. And everybody's got their preferences. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying here lately, I just never heard that growing up. Oh, and she's got children, so I'm gonna, knowing good and well that what's the woman's name that got the baby by the basketball player? What's her name? Brittany. What's her name? Renner or something? That Instagram model or whatever it is that says she's been in bed with 35 men or whatever it is. I think you guys know good and well that it has a lot to do with her looks too. If you got a foxy ass single mother, good and damn well you ain't gonna turn her down.
Brad Pitt never turned her down.
Yeah. Sam, he says, no children, never married, and will be 40 next year. And I'm a black man also. We do have a stereotype of being the best stepdads, though. Yeah, well.
You've got all the experience.
So who are you dealing with then? At 40 years old, you never been married. Are there women out there that you're dealing with who's okay with just letting you screw around with them and then see you the next day? What kind of women is that? Roderick Lee said, Calvin, the one fear is if the relationship ends and you've grown attached to the children, you may lose both the relationship with the children also, which may be more hurtful than losing a woman. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, people are going to do whatever they're going to do. We like what we like. I'm just saying that growing up, it was never an issue growing up with us. It's now all of a sudden men are proud, like Sam, I'm 40, I never been married, blah, blah. Okay, so what does that make you better? I don't understand, because if you deal with a woman, more than likely, if you have a relationship with a woman, more than likely a real relationship, she may have children if she's able to have them and you're able to have them. And then there's a great chance that the relationship's not going to work out.
Yeah, but what's 5 years of happiness worth?
Isaiah Allen said, preach, Cal. It's understandable for men to have preferences, child or not. But if a man visiting the Philippines falls in the latter category, have an opinion, but don't throw stones when you're in a glass house. Yeah, I have to, I have to agree with you, man, But it's just something that, like I said, I think a lot, man. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but every time I look on the TV, it's these modern men versus modern women bullshit going on in America. That's why I left. Floyd said what happened is lots of men found out that women have children for child support today. Okay. The fathers have to fight tooth and nail and still get little to no access to their children. Okay, but what does that have to do with you dating? You don't have to pay child support for somebody else's child. That's all I'm saying. I mean, and then if you have a child, see, this is a whole other subject, man. We ain't gonna get into today because we talked about it before. What makes you think you don't have to take care of your children, man? That's why I don't get it. You know, doesn't it have to do something with our choice of women to begin with?
If she
But
hid her children, you
we're
never know.
committing too soon, just like we commit too soon over here. So we really don't know the woman. You don't know the woman till something goes wrong. See?
She could hide her children for a year and you wouldn't even know.
Well, that's not even the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make, just forget it, guys. You know, it's just something that keeps coming across my feed. This modern woman versus modern man. It's like, man, y'all need to quit that stuff, man. I mean, who's going to win? What's the solution? We're looking for these perfect women, and then they're looking for perfect men. That's why a lot of guys like me are opting out. We're saying, I just want to go to a normal place where people are normal. That shit ain't normal over there, man. That's why a lot of people are opting out over there. Okay,
I'm
let's
just
see.
I'm just saying, make sure you know. The last girl I was married to, she had a young child, couple of years old, and that was fine. And then about 2 weeks later, you know, I've got another one visiting the grandma. What? And just make sure you know what's going on before you get too involved.
Hey, thanks, Sam W., for the super chat. He says, relationships seem to be demonized here in the West. Thank you. He says, if you cold approach someone in public, it will end up on TikTok. Dating sites, they want rich men, which I'm not. So remote work in the Philippines makes sense for me in the future. Yeah, the Philippines has an appeal to me because it seems like people are normal over here. I was in an abnormal situation over there. I was looking just for a normal life. It just got more and more weirder and weirder over there with all sorts of stuff going on. They try to tell you what to think, who to like, who not to like. They putting they want you to idolize these athletes and entertainers and stuff like, what's really going on over here? There is no perfect person. There's no perfect relationships. So I opted out, guys. And that's another reason to get out of that, to that matrix. It's more than just the cost of living and all that. But I would be a hypocrite if I did it. And most of my friends growing up, very few of the friends I grew up with both of their parents. And the ones that did, it didn't make a difference. Hell, they were either losers or winners at the same rate as everybody else. He said that was a fear for me 30 years ago. I've married for over 30 years, and now at 52, my relationship with the children are like Shaq with his father. I raised them as my own. I'm who they call father. Yeah. But you see all this stuff that is really, okay, we're following some crazy people over there. Okay, remember Fresh and Fit and all that. You see these, you have a circle of men and women, and I'm like, well, who are y'all to even listen to? And this is where we're getting our ideals from, our values from, our morals from, and it's gone off track. They're looking up to these people. They got millions and millions of followers and views and everything. And you listening to these guys, and I'm like, well, who are you to listen to? Why should I listen to you? Can I make up my own mind? This is where I'm getting, frustrated over there. It's like, who do you think why am I supposed to listen to you? Who are you to listen to? They think because you got money over there, I'm supposed to listen to you. Sammy Davis says in the West, if you look at a girl twice, they'll label you as a stalker. Don't even try to approach a woman younger than you by more than a few years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy over there. Look at Floyd Mayweather. I keep saying it, man. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this guy's 46. He's with a 26-year-old grown-ass woman. And it's front page news over there. Come on, guys. That's why I got out of there. I couldn't deal with it anymore. Hey, what's up, Freddie Sanders? My buddy down in Florida.
Remember, Calvin, you had those two guys on. One guy had known the girl for a month, the other guy 6 weeks, and they were already married. I'm thinking, is it best to pay her rent? You know, for the what's the rush?
Yeah, but we're under no obligation to do that. Why do we think we're under obligation to take care of people over here? You're coming from a situation where you see that where that goes, Robert. What that gets you? It gets you nothing. And then we want to come into this situation and do the same thing. It's not going to get you nothing either. Okay. Abel's Journey said transsexuals call themselves trans. Yeah, they can do that all they want. Abel's Journey. I'm not calling them trans. I don't even know. They're trying to put that in my head. That's a man, as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a damn people talking about, oh, we're gonna counsel you, Calvin, because you said that you called that trans a man. Patrick Blackrock P Money says stepdad is a Western thing. That's why once these Filipinos get pregnant or have children, then they start focusing on dating Western men. They know damn well no Asian man will touch them. It's not true. It's not true at all. The guy who built my house, he's a successful engineer. He married a single mother. Okay, but she's successful too. That's bullshit over here, man. They will. That's not true, man. You know, it's very few of us that are watching this are as successful as the engineer who built my house. And his wife is a successful woman, but she was a single mother. She already had a son when they got married. That's not true.
You know, I've heard quite a bit out there, do they date for real? Do they really date for real? Because I hear, well, it's a date. Is it a coffee? Baby, we're just having coffee. No, come on home and I'm going to have you meet the family. It's a rush. It's a rush. Do they even date for real?
Jeffrey Tatter says, the thing that kills me is why do I need to know need to know what sex they're sleeping with? Yeah. Okay, says Neil Ramratton says, I'm dating a 27-year-old here in Canada. I'm 53. F the haters. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, it's just so, it's all over the place. We'll date young women, but we don't want anybody dating our daughters. It's just so hypocritical, man. Everything, nobody really has any values anymore. They're just all over the place. But I'm supposed to share your values because you're a millionaire and, or you're you're an athlete or something like that. I don't get it, man. And, that's why I learned to think for myself a long time ago. And I'd suffer the consequences, but I got out of line a long time ago, man. That's why I couldn't live in America. I'd be arguing every day because I can't deal with ignorant people. I can't, man. And a lot of people I was dealing with were ignorant over there. They just followed the leader or the misleaders over there. He said females control access to childbirth. 100% fathers have zero abortion rights. Yeah, that's a whole other issue we're getting into. Sam W. said, I think some men heard that scenario from some foreign women and instantly assumed that's true across the board for all women. The issue with most Western thinking is minorities become the majority. Yeah, see, we're on the same page now. This is what I'm saying. Just because a certain group of people believe something don't mean it's true. Even because a lot of people believe something doesn't mean it's true. When it comes to religion and politics and sports and all of that, just because you see a bunch of people believe in something doesn't mean it's true, man. And that's the way I look at it. See, I was taught that way. You know, most of the time you want to do the opposite of what you see everybody else doing.
That's what Warren Buffett says.
I love what John said. It's challenging, Calvin. You're lucky you don't have to deal with that anymore. I don't, man. I mean, you know, I was dealing with religious people over here, politics over here, sports fanatics over here. It's like, man, does anybody have a real life? Is anybody just normal anymore? You know, we've got to be believing in something, you know, but we don't believe in ourselves. He said children born out of wedlock is counterproductive at the very least. At worst, it's becoming an epidemic. Well, what was it before religion brought in the institution of marriage?
Yeah, no,
what were people doing
it.
then? How were they surviving then?
No,
because they were.
No.
Okay, we were having children long before, men and women were having children together long before, you know, this marriage thing came about, and we were doing okay.
This sacrament of marriage is a new thing, less than 500 years old.
That's right. But, you know, we're supposed to believe that the world's only 6,000 years old. You'll have people that's going to argue with you over there about that. You know, they call it faith-based for a reason. You're believing in something with no evidence at all. That's why they call it faith-based.
I'm going to say, you know, coming to know you and you being your own man, Calvin, and coming to know you as a friend, I was saying, oh, thank God Calvin made the meetup groups and the get-togethers, and then I thought, no, thank you, Calvin.
I mean, I let people. It's live and let live. That's where I'm really out of that. Book. That's my book. I live and let live. But when your bullshit overflows into my life, then I'm going to say something.
No, but
I'm not going to let it. You know, you're not going to pollute my face. You know, you take that stuff over there.
Do you get my point? Thank God for this and thank God for that, and you're doing the work. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you know, it's a whole other argument. That's what I'm saying. That's why I have a problem with a lot of women over there. You know, here I am, I'm breaking my back all week, you know, going 80 miles for an appointment, doing this, and you're going to thank Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. You know, we got something to eat. No, I think I did that.
Damn right you did.
You know, give me some credit. But, you know, that's just the things that we deal with, and they're so afraid to think for themselves. You know, they're so afraid. You know, because I look around me and I say to myself, if there is a God, he's not all good and he's certainly not all powerful. Okay, this is all I'm saying. See, I'm not afraid to say that anymore. You know, they call me, and I'm not an atheist. Hell, I don't believe in Zeus either. I don't believe in Poseidon or any of them other gods that used to be relevant. I mean, does anybody read? You know, I just went a step further and said, I don't believe in Poseidon or any of them gods. I just went one step further and said, I don't believe in the father of Abraham either. I mean, so why would you call me an atheist? I'm not. But you know, if you know, when you talk like that in 2023, people look at you like you're crazy. Like, come on, guys, you know, think outside the box sometimes. Learn to think for yourself. Okay, so Gerald still about the marriage is thousands of years old. And before it was a thing, couples paired up still, generally with extended family tribe right there to help and participate in. Yeah, but it has nothing to do with a piece of paper, is what Robert's basically saying.
No, I'm talking about the sacrament of marriage. That's new.
Yeah. People basically, women over there, they want a wedding. They don't want to get married. They want a wedding. It's basically all they want to do. They don't want no damn marriage. They want a wedding. You know, so that's what you give them. And then after that, it's all hell breaks loose. He said, my coworker just talked about someone who thinks the world is only 5,000 years old yesterday. You know, LOL. Yeah, you know, but when you talk about, you got to argue with people, and they're supposed to be the supreme beings. They're supposed to be the ones with the high morals and principles, and they're the ones that get so angry, and they'll kill you in the name of their religion.
Can I tell these guys, please slow down, slow way down. Everything changed. You put that ring on her finger, it all, now she doesn't have, now what's going to happen now? Does she try harder?
Damon says, do you believe in adoption of a single mother's children, or you know, a woman with her children? Well, it depends on the situation. I mean,
Adoption.
I've never done it, but I've raised. Okay, I was married for 18 years in America. When I met my wife, which it never even came to my mind that, oh, she had a child, she's off limits to me. It never occurred to me because I wasn't raised like that. She was a beautiful woman, intelligent woman, you know, great personality, just a good all-around person. That's what I looked at. But I raised him all the way until he was 23. So on paper, I wasn't responsible for him, but I was responsible for him. I did adopt him. I don't need a piece of paper. I don't need the government to tell me to do something or that it's legal or whatever like that. I was responsible for that young man, you know, gave him a warm bed to stay in, okay, a roof over his head, fed him 3 times a day, bought him his first pair of Jordans, taught him how to drive, gave him his driver's license. The government didn't tell me that I had to do all that, man. Come on, guys, you can't have it both ways. A lot of you guys, you know, you don't want big government, but yet you're looking for the government. Imagine. You know, you got to go to, if I wanted to preach over there, I'd have to go and get a license to preach over there from the government. Yeah, her retirement party. Yeah. He said, if I showed up 200 years ago with my cell phone, even without Wi-Fi, I would appear to be a god. Yeah. We don't understand that a religion like that couldn't be started now because we know so much more than we did then about volcanoes and earthquakes and typhoons and all that stuff, and day and night and the sun. Okay, the real son of God that they're talking about. I mean, you know, you're trying to live your life on the people who was writing that stuff back then. That's how they understood the world. You can't live your life based on what somebody from the first century was experiencing. But if y'all want to do it, do it. It doesn't seem like you're any happier than I am. Doesn't seem like you're any more successful than me. So if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. That's all I'm saying. But don't bring it over here and mess up my good life I'm living. Don't tell me what I got to do. And, you know, the first thing they get up there on TV, you know, oh, I want to thank God. all the people that then are responsible for you stepping in front of that damn microphone and you let that come out of your mouth, man. That's what pisses me off about over there.
Well, should I thank God that I'm on your live stream, or can I thank you, Calvin?
You'd be better off thanking me, Robert. You know, to be honest with you.
I agree.
By the way, it's just crazy, man. But I just don't understand the way people think nowadays. We're in the age of information, really. Okay, the information is doubling so fast, right? That over the next 100 years, it's doubling every 10 years. So really, after 100 years, it's not going to be a century. It's actually going to be like 20,000 years of being past. And we're still believing in this antiquated bullshit. They'll tell you that the dinosaurs wasn't real. And all that's fake. But then on the other hand, they'll tell you, oh, look at the UFOs. Like what is that proving? Even if there are UFOs, guys. My whole thing that I'm talking about is, with all this stuff I'm saying, is learn to think for yourself. That's the only way you're ever going to get happy.
Back then, if you knew that a solar eclipse was coming, you could be a god.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just crazy the stuff we believe in and the people we believe in. Just because they've got money, I'm supposed to look up to them. They have no morals. They have no values. That's why I was telling you about the guy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. He runs me across the coals because I had the nerve to say that I didn't like that first press conference of Deion Sanders. That's what I was talking about. By the way, Deion Sanders hasn't shown that type of behavior since. Okay? He hasn't done it. But the audacity of me to say I didn't like it. Oh, he said that about Deion. We got to make him pay. This is what I'm talking about. Deion's been married, a couple of times? Got, children by 3 or 4 different people. But because he's a millionaire and he's a successful athlete, I'm supposed to idolize him. Bullshit. He don't know any more about life than I know. Okay? He's just got more money than I do. I bet he don't know anything about Medicare Advantage. See, that's when we level the playing field. He may know more about football than I do, but I bet you he don't know more about insurance as I do. Okay?
By the way, if somebody wanted to look up that information, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, that's the CMS. That's the government department, CMS. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services.
Yeah, it seems like to me that the governments are God. It ain't have nothing to do with some invisible man up there somewhere. You want me to believe that somebody that was crucified 2,000 years ago is going to all of a sudden show up and save me? By the way, he's got to kill me because I got to die before I'm to go to heaven and all that stuff. Man, y'all need to wake up, guys, really, on a lot of stuff, not just religion.
You know what? He suffered for 3 hours, and some of us have been suffering for 30 years. And I'm just going to put a finger on the pulse.
Yeah. Let's move on from that religious stuff, because people, they get upset about that. Yeah. Say this again, TJ. Say this again, because people have to touch reality. They're lying. See, that's what I'm saying. It's just hip to say, oh, I don't fool with women with children. You let the right woman come along, give them how many children she got. You're going to be all in it, man. But it's easy to say what you won't do. I remember I used to pat myself on the back when I was married. to my little Shirley. I had a little Shirley, okay? And I used to brag and boast to myself, pat myself on the back, that I was faithful, right? It was only because the right woman hadn't come along. And that's usually what happens to a lot of guys, but he's right. TJ says, you're telling me you're turning down 20-somethings that strike your fancy because you're finding out they have children. Yeah, bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that too, TJ.
My last wife had 4 kids from 2 different guys, and I had the time of my life. I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah, see, this is the whole point over there. If you're a certain class and you have a certain amount of money, you can do anything. There's a different set of rules for you, but not in my book. You're the same as me. When you have to use the toilet, you sit down. Damn it. Okay. Open your ass up and you're going to look the same on the inside as I do. But he said men with high status and money can date any woman they want. Yeah, see, I do anything they want, and we're supposed to sit back and listen to them because the whole meaning of life is to have money over there. So if I got money, I don't care who I am. If I'm Donald Trump or somebody, I have no morals at all, no integrity, nothing. But as long as I got money, then you're supposed to listen to me. Listen to what I tell you to do. That's bullshit, man. Yeah. He said men will smash regardless. Kids come into play if you want a relationship. But by that time, when you lay down with somebody gonna get up with feelings, Tomster. These guys are lying when they say they don't date single women. Yeah, you don't date Big Shirley with single women or them women in the projects on Section 8 that you work with and all of that. Okay. No, you're not going to date them. Okay. But you're going to date these fine ass women out here who may have had a child or two by some guy that they're not with anymore. Because Instagram, why I know that y'all love these women regardless? Because Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts is full of single mothers, fine ass single mothers that y'all making rich. Clicking on the views over and over and over. But you say you don't want them. No, you may not want to marry them. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. This is different, though. They're saying they don't want to fool with them, period. We're not even talking about marrying them. They're saying, they're all up. Corey Holcomb, it's like, who the fuck are you, man? You should be happy some woman wants your ass because you're, a second class or third class comedian. Now all of a sudden you telling people, oh, I'm not dating single women no more. You lying, man. You lying. But we're supposed to believe it, and they're influencing people. And that's the reason I left America, man. I can't deal with y'all over there because it doesn't make sense. If it made sense, then I wouldn't even be talking the way I'm talking. But it doesn't make sense because I know they're lying. It's all fake.
Hey, Kelvin, when's your next meetup? When's the next meetup, you guys?
It's probably going to be, I'm going to say December because I've got this bodybuilding event coming up in a few days. And this is a big event. They made it out of a big event. So it's going to take a lot out of me. But I'm going to say, I want to say probably in December. It's probably going to be in Angeles City because I owe those guys. I'm supposed to have been doing it this weekend at Angeles City. Yeah, he said hitting is different from getting into a relationship with them. Yeah, but see, the problem is they say, oh, we don't want fool with them, period. They're just off the they're off the list.
I hear there are some great restaurants in Angeles City. You have some expats that have some great restaurant businesses there, good food.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, Alex. He says the game has changed. He said, "Well, I don't know about 90% of women in that feminist game. Yeah, they so entitled now. Yeah, if they are feminists, I'm not dating single with or with a child. Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm with you there.
I think the
But I
code
don't
word
see
is
I don't
I'm
see
in.
what the problem is though.
Well,
When they've been surrounded by single mothers their whole life, they've been dealing with single mothers their whole life, screwing, having relationships with women with children their whole life. Now, because it's the hip thing now with this, manosphere coming out, these guys are lonely, man. These manosphere guys, they're either phonies or they lonely as hell. They don't have nothing. It's one extreme or the other. It's not a sustainable lifestyle, this manosphere stuff, because that means you got to have an endless supply of women who are going to buy into that garbage. They're not even buying into it over here.
I don't see anybody over here that wants an old man in a trailer home.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. I can be pumped up, jacked up. I can be driving a nice car. I could be driving a turbo Jeep, and it don't matter.
But there's just no morals, there's no values. It's just all helter skelter over there. We're looking up to the wrong people. We're rooting for the wrong people. And if you say I'm not doing it, then everybody's going to be on your case. How dare me say anything about Deion Sanders? Like, look, I'm telling you, Deion Sanders is a mediocre football coach. He was an exceptional football player, but he's a mediocre football coach. I'm not afraid to say it. Okay, and it's going to run its course like it's already is, and they're going to get rid of him. Okay, so I'm wrong for saying that. It's a lot of mediocre coaches. I've seen that before. I've seen it play out like that before, too many times. But because he's Deion Sanders, I'm not supposed to say anything. I'm supposed to sit back and idolize him like the rest of them fools over there, who he doesn't give a damn about, y'all. You know, I'm not picking on Deion. I'm telling you the insanity of it all. You know, he said, seems like dogs are becoming more popular than men in many places. We used to call ugly women dogs. Now they have their own dogs. I don't know. Yeah, see, Larry Francisco said hitting it and don't want it is part of the problem also. Those who do it are guilty of making single mothers. Yeah, it's so hypocritical to me. Your mammy was a single mother. Okay, you were raised by a single mother with good character, good morals, good values, taught you everything your dusty ass knows. But now all of a sudden you got hooked up on YouTube with these old phony ass manosphere guys, and now a woman with children is under attack. By the
That's
way,
because
you're make with the attitudes that's on here. See, Larry Francesco, he called it out because I don't have time to read all the comments. But when guys were saying, "Oh yeah, but hitting them, smashing pass, and without having a relationship," how many guys said that already on here? That's the problem. You can't have it both ways.
it,
That's the
it
whole
used to
damn
be,
problem right there.
yeah.
And say, "Oh,
What's
I'm
your
gonna be
career?
responsible." Thank you, Larry
What?
Francisco. Cause see, I'm too busy. I can't catch all this stuff. But you called it. That's the
No,
damn problem. Oh, we
but
don't
the
want a
cringy,
relationship with them. We just want to knock them up,
but the
which is
really
what's
cringy
happening.
part of it is they want to know what's your body count. It used to be what job do you have, what career, what major in college. Now it's the body count. Cringy, man. And there's a certain number of like your body count. If it's certain, there's stages, it's degrees. Like if you've had, like 7 to 13, oh, you still have a low body count. Like what?
But it's somehow supposed to make you less of a man. This is the whole point too, see? It's somehow supposed to make you less of a man. Everybody's trying to be this perfect man. There is no perfect man. At some point, you're going to hit the wall. And you really like, this lifestyle is not realistic. I can't maintain it. It's not sustainable. You're going to eventually run into a nice woman that you really like who may have a child or two or whatever it is. All these, tough guy stances that y'all are holding on to now, they're going to crumble eventually. Just live a normal life, man. It's so much easier than putting up all these fronts, man. They capping, man. They really capping.
I keep saying, what's 5 years of happiness worth, really? I mean, you think you can look beyond 5 years? I don't think so.
He says, who made you mad? Nobody made me mad. This is what goes on in my mind all the time because it's the reason I moved over here. This was my mindset every day over there. You can't get through to people. It's like they'll justify anything over there. It's like I just got tired of dealing with people who thought like everybody else. Some guy says, "Oh, why are you wanting Dion to lose?" I want a lot of coaches to lose in football and basketball. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. When I was coming up, I rooted for the University of Louisville. I wanted the University of Kentucky to lose every damn game. Okay, it's nothing against Deion Sanders. And I still feel that way today. I want Duke to lose every damn game. Only if they're playing, only if they're playing Kentucky. Then I don't mind them winning one game, Robert. But to say that I'm singling Deion Sanders out, now that's the absurdity of it. How dare me say something about him? It's like y'all fools over there think Deion Sanders don't give a damn about y'all. He's never done anything for you. He's never going to care anything about you. And it's not what he stands for. I don't like what he stands for, and a lot of the guys like him. He's not my role model. That's all I'm saying. Because he's your role model doesn't mean he's got to be mine. Yeah, I said thank you for your super chat, Church. Yeah, I did say it already. I saw it a long time ago. But thank you again. But yeah, I saw it. That's when I read it. But your idols are supposed to be my idols, and that's the problem. My idols aren't your idols. I don't like what you like. And that's the problem with me. People don't like that. It's like when I make my vlogs, I don't make my vlogs for you people to agree with. But I got to get ready to get off here, guys. It's almost 12 o'clock. I guess that guy's not going to come on. I won't invite him back because I know I gave him specific instructions. He messaged me back, said he was coming on. He talked my head off yesterday. I couldn't get him off the WhatsApp. And now he still stands me up like this. Now he won't be back. But thank y'all for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. Thank you, Robert, again for showing up.
No problem. But I would say more important than the body count, for me, have you ever dated a foreigner?
Yeah,
I need to know.
The problem is, if she knows it matters, you're probably going to get no. But you'll be able to tell.
Yeah, probably.
But when you talk common sense, you can't get any cooperation over here because everybody thinks the same over here. See, nobody,
They'll be
people talk about religion, but they don't live it. They just say it because they're afraid, of what might happen. But most of the time, their God is not looking because of the way that they're acting. That's all I'm saying. We can't have decent conversations because people are afraid. They're afraid to talk about real life. They're afraid to use their common sense. Okay, guys. Yeah, I really appreciate it, man. Really. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just me, man. I'm just being me today. That's all, guys. Don't hold it against me. I'm just different, man. And that's why I'm over here in the Philippines. I've been over here before the pandemic. A lot of you guys are coming over here because the pandemic slapped you in the face. I saw the writing on the wall a long time ago, guys. I started coming over in 2009, way back when times were still good over there. I knew it wasn't for me. Okay. It doesn't make me better though. So take care, everybody. Stay safe. I'll see y'all next time.
Get your passport.
And use it. Don't just get it.